Fala galera, beleza? Eu sou o Saad, você tá no Heavy Idea. Bom, a gente bateu um papo aí recentemente com a nova vocalista do Xandria, ou Xandria, a banda de Symphonic Metal aí da Alemanha. A gente bateu um papo bem descontraído, bem legal com ela e eu vou passar pra vocês, vou explicar pra vocês comentar as perguntas que eu fiz e depois eu vou passar, vou colocar aqui para vocês a ela respondendo e a legenda embaixo, beleza? Bora! Bom, o nome dela, Ambre Vourvahis, acho que o sobrenome dela é assim mesmo, Vourvahis. Mas o nome dela, pra eu não citar certo, é Ambre, eu perguntei pra ela. Ela é da Grécia e a banda é da Alemanha, né? E aí, como ela é da Grécia, e eu tive a primeira pergunta que eu fiz já foi logo uma curiosidade, né? Que foi assim, todas as referências que eu tenho no metal que são da Grécia são mulheres. Tipo, tem além dela, né, agora, que é além da Ambre, tem as minas do que passaram por Nervosa, uma delas a Helena Cotina ainda tá nervosa, então ela é da Grécia também. Aí a Helene Nota também era da Grécia, que tava nervosa. Só que a minha referência antes ainda era o Astarte, que é uma banda de black metal, que a líder era a Tristeza, que ela faleceu, mas ela era da Grécia também. E o próprio Astarte era uma banda só de mulheres, né? Então, uma das coisas que eu perguntei pra ela foi uma curiosidade, né? Eu comentei com ela sobre isso que eu acabei de falar pra vocês. E perguntei pra ela se foi coincidência eu conhecer apenas mulheres da Grécia, do metal, ou se realmente a cena na Grécia ela é grande, né? Em relação às mulheres.
Yeah, it's. I actually lived in France before. Now I live in Germany. So I was going to Greece all the time, of course, for my family. But yeah, there's not such so many bands, and even less with females, of course. And yeah, maybe it will come one day. I think there's more and more. It's opening even more now. Also, the metal scene in Greece. More concerts are happening. So I hope we can go also one day. But my taste is also I love Septic Flesh. I love more the extreme bands from Greece.
A segunda pergunta, galera, foi em relação às influências, né, dela como vocalista, né? Eu perguntei quais foram as influências dela como vocalista, tanto em relação ao vocal limpo, né, e ao vocal gutural. Pra quem não sabe, no Xandria ela faz os dois vocais, né, tanto o limpo quanto o gutural. E se foi assim, teve alguma influência específica e tal.
For my clean, that's a question I find sometimes a little bit difficult to answer because it's not like I heard someone and I say I want to sound like this because you have your own voice. So it's not like you can really copy anybody. But so for my clean, I just develop my own voice. And in terms of singer that I really love, it's more actually it's a little bit untypical. It's more Tammy from Oceans of Slumber, a bit more soul voices. I always liked voices like that. I used to love some jazz singers also because of that more soulish yeah vibe in it. And for the harsh vocals, the screams, I do have one or two that I was learning to do it with, and that was from Amorphis, Tommy from Amorphis, which is maybe my favorite screamer. Anders from Draconian. Yeah, that's mostly those two. Um, yeah.
A terceira pergunta que eu fiz aqui pra ela, a banda existe desde os anos 90 e ela tem basicamente a mesma idade que a banda. Como foi para ela ter entrado na banda e como foi esse processo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and I was listening to Xandria when I started listening symphonic metal. I discovered with Nightwish, with Him Temptation, and a bit later I discovered Xandria, and I really like them actually. So it is even stranger to end up in the band that I used to really like. Um, and actually, because I was in this business for quite some time now in the background, I knew Marco from before, and we actually during the break of the band we started just for a side project or to have fun or do something a bit different, actually write music together that I could sing. It was a bit more extreme, more like Cradle of Filth, a little bit like symphonic black metal. And actually some songs and some ideas were starting to feel like they could fit in Xandria in the future when he was already starting to work on the next Xandria song. So we kind of combine it, and I tried on to make demos on him, and he really liked how it sounded. We worked really well together. So he just asked me, "Shall you be the new singer then?" And of course, I accepted. I would be crazy not to. So yeah, that's how it happened.
A quarta pergunta foi em relação ao último álbum do último lançamento do Xandria. O Xandria lançou recentemente o oitavo álbum, que se chama The Wonders Still Awaiting. Como foi a recepção do público em relação ao álbum?
Actually, yeah, overwhelmingly good and positive. Of course, we were a little bit scared because there's some new things in it. It's much more diverse, but the diversity, I was a little bit scared that some people might think it's a little bit too diverse, because of course we explored new things. We explored what I could do with my voice, which was not only classical, but we did not want classical vocals anymore, but having a little part and more extreme vocals, power metal scream. So it really was fitting well into having even more diversity. But actually, it's one of the most praised thing about the album that is so diverse. So I'm really happy about this. The fans have accepted it really well.
A quinta pergunta foi em relação a. Dentro, né, no álbum ela canta tanto os vocais limpos quanto os vocais guturais. A parte gutural, eu perguntei para ela se a parte gutural era já uma característica que ela já tinha ou se foi uma necessidade que ela teve que, que ela precisou adquirir para poder fazer a gravação, né, pela necessidade da banda.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I started singing, screaming and growling before the band, of course, years before. I learned it on my own and started to work on it more. And so, of course, it was something that I had to start with. And Marco always loved death metal. He always loved it. And so, of course, first opportunity that he could have to have a singer like this, we had to put it, and it was fitting some of the songs really well, some of the parts. The part were asking for this kind of vocals, so it was very convenient that I could do this. So he did not have to ask an external singer like he did on the album before. He asked the Soulwork singer to do those scroll parts and We Are Murderers. Now I could just do them, so we could put more of them also. So yeah, it was kind of a really nice mixture to add.
A sexta pergunta que eu fiz aqui foi em relação ao álbum ainda. O álbum tem mais de uma hora de duração e são 13 músicas. Como foi o processo de composição e quais foram as influências para compor as letras?
So yeah, we had quite some times, and we were not even thinking that much in the beginning that it's going to belong in an album, and we did not have a business plan or how to. We just sit there, and with Marco's ideas, I was giving feedbacks, ideas, also how to maybe incorporate some things I love into them. And at some point, we realized, damn, we had like 17 songs, I think, for that album. So we were like, I think it's time. It's time to make an album and start the process of coming back. The band needed a break. So it was good. It came. And then, of course, the pandemic made everything stretch in time, made everything happen much later. But it happened. And yeah, we actually had too many songs for it. And because too much time. And yeah, the lyrics then we shared a little bit. I wrote a little less than half of them. And yeah, what I wrote them with what was in my mind and what the songs were inspiring me. Marco did the same. He's really good at writing lyrics and much faster than me. So I always like to also let him and yeah, come up with these ideas. It's always great. So yeah, and then we read each other's lyrics and trying to understand them and see if everything is working nicely for the understanding, so the people will also understand them. And yeah.
A outra pergunta, a sétima pergunta, foi em relação a uma das músicas, aproveitando que tá falando sobre letra, na música Astéria, ela escreveu algumas partes em grego, né, no idioma grego. Como surgiu essa ideia?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me remember. That's a song that is quite old now, actually. It was one of the first ideas we had back then when I was talking about that black metal symphonic. That was that song actually that got transformed. So it was the first song written a few years ago. But at some point it had already a little oriental touch. And of course, Marco, when putting it more into a symphonic metal context, emphasize those elements because we love oriental touches in music, especially in metal music. And I was thinking, wait, why not commit completely? And I could do some Greek lyrics to make it even more mysterious, and like make you travel. I just didn't know if it would be the full chorus, a verse, or a part. And then I don't know, it kind of made sense to do half of the chorus. Also, I did not want people to not understand a word I was saying if I would do the whole chorus, because I want people to relate to the words. So yeah, I just did a little ending in Greek just to add to the mystery a little bit of the vibe of the song.
A oitava pergunta, no álbum tem a participação do coro infantil da Rádio Nacional da Bulgária, além de algumas outras participações de instrumento como violino, violoncelo. Como que foi essa ideia aí, como surgiu a ideia de ter esses elementos, né? Que é algo inédito pra banda, né? Por Xandria, ou Xandria.
Yeah. So the children's choir, for example, I had the idea on the ballad, the stories I'll remember, and I was like, there's a vibe for it. Like we need to have that innocent choir there, children's, to make it a little bit more special and more touching. So it was fitting, yeah, really well. So then we made it happen. We asked that Bulgarian choir if they also had a children's choir with their hat, so that was perfect. And the other element, it's always great to put real instruments, of course, in your music, especially when you have violin, cello, pipes, Celtic instruments. So Marco knew someone that's been doing Celtic instrument in Xandria for a long, long time, since the beginning. So he went there and recorded with him. And we asked Ali. She was recommended by our guitar player because they're friends and they work together. And she's really great. So yeah, we gave her the songs and said, do your thing here, to be more organic and to have a really some depth to it.
Teve uma música que teve a participação do Ralph Shippers, do Primal Fear. Ele fez um dueto com ela na música You Will Never Be Our God, e também participou do clipe, do videoclipe dessa música. Como foi a ideia de convidar o Ralph e como foram as gravações do clipe?
The song had like a more classic metal touch, like a bit more classic heavy metal to it, with a modern twist. And we thought that we would need that kind of voice also to make it what it's supposed to be like, because it was kind of asking for that kind of voice. So we thought kind of immediately to Ralph, because he's very popular in Germany and such a great singer. So we sent him. He really liked the song, so he did it. He recorded, and then of course we invited him in the video. So yeah, it all happened very easily with him.
A última pergunta que eu fiz pra ela foi em relação a shows, né? Turnê, shows. A Sandra vai fazer uma turnê ali com o Camelot e com Battle Beast lá na América do Norte, Canadá, né? Canadá e Estados Unidos. E aí eu perguntei pra ela, aproveitando que estão saindo em turnê, quando que a gente vai. Se tem uma previsão, né, pra ver o Sandra aqui no Brasil ou na América Latina, se existe já alguma negociação em andamento e tal. Dá uma olhada aí o que que ela falou.
Yeah. Yeah, I said it yesterday. I was like, I would. It would be great to come to South America, because we have so many dedicated fans, and I receive so many amazing messages from Brazilian fans and yeah, Mexican fans. So it would be really about time. But somehow it's not as easy. We don't get promoters that much. To put a tour together, we need some demands and some people to plan this, and it will for sure happen. I just hope sooner than later, but it seems to be taking more time than the rest of the world.
Bom, galera, é isso aí. Primeiramente eu vou agradecer ali, né? Antes de finalizar, eu vou agradecer pela moral e pelo apoio que o Marcos Frank deu aqui pra mim, por ter. Ele deu todo o suporte, na verdade, ele foi praticamente o meu tradutor ali naquele momento, porque eu não sou muito fluente em inglês ali. Depois acabei, né, estudando ali para poder legendar as perguntas, mas na hora ali, para eu não me perder, ele me ajudou pra caramba. Então, muito obrigado, Marcos. Valeu, valeu pela força. E eu quero agradecer também a Napalm Records e a Shinigami Records, porque, obviamente, né, foi a confiança que vocês estão dando aqui pro Revedia do caralho. E, obviamente, eu quero agradecer a Ambre pelo tempo dela e pela paciência ali. Foi muito carismática e gostei muito de bater o papo com ela. Beleza, galera? Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope that you enjoy it.
Yeah, of course, it was great.
And I hope do you come to Brazil soon?
Oh yes, I really hope so. Would love it.
Bye bye.
Obrigado.
Bye
Bye.
bye. E não esquece aí de fazer o nosso ritual. Curte, comenta, compartilha, faz o cocô. E comenta aí o que você achou das perguntas. Pela questão do tempo, tinha algumas perguntas que não deu, não consegui fazer. Eu cheguei até a abrir caixinha de perguntas lá no Instagram, mas foi bem em cima da hora também, né? Mas cheguei a abrir caixinha de perguntas para ver o que vocês queriam, o que os pessoas queriam que perguntasse. E assim, se rolar outra oportunidade de entrevistas assim, eu vou fazer a mesma coisa porque eu acho legal essa interação. Às vezes tem pergunta que algum fã quer fazer e não é uma pergunta que vai ultrapassar alguns limites. Então, se der, eu faço. Então, me segue lá no Instagram, @revedia. Se inscreve no canal, ativa a notificação, porque em breve a gente tem mais vídeo. Fechou? Valeu o apoio. Falou, abraço.